part 7 in our series, Hands Off, Heart Open, Releasing Control and Trusting God. So today's post is God fills every gap. Verse is 2 Corinthians 12:9. My grace is sufficient enough for you. I never truly understood what grace meant. It gets talked about a lot, but no one was ever really saying this is what grace is. Like, I think I know. So I actually wanted to find a definition for it. So grace is the gap filler. It's God showing up with exactly what you need even when you're exhausted, unqualified, or feel like you're falling apart. Oh, I love that. It's not earned, it's not forced. It is his steady presence when you're running on empty. Grace is what carries you when your strength taps out and your to-do list doesn't. Oh, I love that. I love that. So have you ever looked back on a season? I know people have said this when we were going through a lot. And constantly I heard the phrase, I don't know how you're doing it, or how are you doing it? And I have said that. I don't want to say it's a silly thing to say, because you're recognizing like you're going through a lot and almost like there's some empathy there. But what is the truth is that when called, you are able to do what you have to do. A lot of you say, oh, I could never do that. When you're faced with those trials, when you're faced with those circumstances, it's amazing the strength that comes out of nowhere. And when I say nowhere, it's not nowhere, it's God's grace. It's God's grace. He is filling the gaps when we cannot. So the opposite of grace is a performance-based worth. It's the belief that identity and love must be earned, and that's not true. Also saying that mistakes disqualify you and rest is irresponsible. How many times have you thought, I have so much to do, but I don't have time to rest? And truly, that's what your body needs. That's what your body needs to get you through whatever you're going through. So I wanted to do a few more compare and contrast, just to call out or give a better understanding of grace. Grace is freely given. The opposite of grace is earned with effort. Grace is unconditional. The opposite of grace is conditional. Grace is forgiving. The opposite of grace is punishing. Grace is compassionate, empathetic. The opposite of grace is critical. Grace is feeling safe. The opposite of grace is fear-based. Opposite of grace would be living like you have to prove your value, not only to yourself, but to others and God. And God doesn't need that. He loves every single part of you. He designed you. Back to the season where you were completely overwhelmed. And now when you look back, do you think, how did I make it through that? How did I do it? And you almost really can't put your finger on it. You didn't have a plan, but you had the strength. But the days that you felt like you had the strength, you made it through. So there is power in saying, I am going to make it through today, and not worrying about the next 3 months, the next year, just getting through today with God's grace, Him filling the gaps where you can't, giving you the energy where you don't think you have it. It is not luck or coincidence that you made it through. It was grace. It was grace all along. Unseen, unrecognized, quiet daily grace. Grace is what gets you through when your strength taps out, but your to-do list hasn't. The to-do list is always there, and it always will be. But it's the grace that gets you through those days where you're like, I don't know how I'm going to do this.